with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent are on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturday and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's game is sponsored by Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mountaineer Pub, the Neon Moon Tavern, Orsini's Home Store, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center. Now, let's send it out to the Butcher Athletic Center on the campus of Shepherd University and join our TV10 broadcast crew for the game.
.66 win for the Raiders in Shippensburg. Here in Shepherdstown tonight, the Rams looking to get their revenge, and it's a very important game for Shepherd. With a win, they punch their ticket to the PSAC tournament. A loss and a Kutztown win tonight means that Saturdays for the 6th seed in the PSAC East and that trip to the PSAC tournament. So a lot on the line riding for Shepherd. For Shippensburg, not as much, Dylan, but still you want to get a win in the PSAC, especially this close to tournament time.
Right, yeah, you want to have some momentum going into postseason play. This is going to be, like you said, an important game for Shepherd. They've had some tough contests as of late. It's been hard for them to come out with these close wins recently against teams like Westchester, it's Millersville, Lock Haven, and the sort. So we'll see. They got that one more game after this at Kutztown, but it'll be the last home game of the regular season, potentially the last home game of the season in general, being a lower seed.
Probably will be.
Right, there's a good chance of that. So we'll see if getting a big win over Shippensburg can carry you a lot of, hope and momentum, even if it's just all mental going into the PSAC tournament, to think that you already beat East Stroudsburg this year. You've lost by 1 point in both of your games against Westchester, and you put up fights against Millersville. You beat Millersville once, lost to them by 2 the other time. 2 close games against Lock Haven. All of the teams that are in front of you so far in this PSAC East, you have competed with or beaten at least once. So getting a win against Shippensburg, we can be able to say we've beaten we've beaten Shippensburg, East Stroudsburg, Millersville.
Haven't beat Lock Haven.
Right, they beat and Lock Haven as well.
No, they haven't beat.
No, they haven't. Yeah, excuse me. They went to overtime with them though, so it's a situation where you feel like you can play with any of these teams. You can win any game in the PSAC tournament. You can especially feel that going into the tournament if you get a win tonight.
Yeah, I would agree with that, Dylan. I mean, you haven't seen these Western Division teams, and at some point the divisions do cross over, but in terms of the teams in the East, Shepherd has proven to be competitive and hold them off for the most part, but Kutztown is surging in the right direction. They have one win, Bloomsburg. That should be a win, but the one win for Bloomsburg was against Kutztown, so nothing's guaranteed that Kutztown were even to make Saturday interesting with a win and a Shepherd loss tonight. But if the Rams win, they're in the PSAC tournament, and they don't have to worry about Saturday. And I think, obviously, that is the goal for Shippensburg. It's a team that sits at 17-9 overall. They're 15-5 in conference play. They're atop the East Division with a slight one-game lead over Westchester. So for them, too, seeding-wise, Westchester, Millersville, East Stroudsburg, and Shippensburg are still very close in the PSAC. The Raiders finished the season at Shepherd and at home against Lockhaven, who's another solid team, as we know, sitting at 12-8 in conference and 16-9 overall. Lockhaven is 72 or got lost to Shippensburg last time out, 72-61. So it's a pretty close division, and it's both teams fighting for something. Shippensburg wants to lock up the East Division for certain, and obviously Shepherd wants to lock up their spot in the tournament.
Yep, it's two different perspectives coming into this game, and it can be one where you might catch a team slipping, potentially, depending on how it comes out. Obviously, Shippensburg doesn't have that number one seed locked up, but they're pretty close to it. They do sit alone a whole game ahead of Westchester and Millersville, so they got to watch themselves tonight. And we saw the East Stroudsburg game here at the Butcher Center. Shepherd pulled off the upset. They pulled off multiple wins on this home court against these teams that are ahead of them. So you cannot sleep on Justin Namlick's Shepherd Rams.
No, definitely not. But another thing to note about Shepherd here tonight, it is the last home game. It is not senior night. They already did that against Bloomsburg. But the lone senior and the second leading scorer on this team, John Preston, not active. Dealing with an injury, we do presume. He did not play in their last game. So not having Preston, we saw how this team played without McLean Corley, but I think the big thing that you miss more so than John Preston scoring is his rebounding and defense, which he plays at a really high rate. I mean, obviously he's a great three-point shooter, shooting at 42%, which leads the team. He averages nearly 13 points per game, but you get almost 7 rebounds per game out of him, which is the leader on the team. The next closest is McLean Corley at 4.8, so it's almost a 2-rebound difference that you're missing in Preston, and Shepherd doesn't really have other guys that can fill that role. Maybe Stephon Marcel, who averages about 3.5 rebounds per game off the bench, but not having Preston, it's not just a big loss offensively. He's a really good defender, really good rebounder, so you're missing that tonight for the Rams.
I think you're absolutely right. And we've seen that they can survive some tough games without their leading scorer, so obviously a situation where you have your second leading scorer out, you hope that you can tread water as well and still thrive in other ways. But like you said, he brings a lot of other stuff to the table. He's your best three-point shooter percentage-wise. He's taken the most attempts, and he has the highest percentage out of anyone with a significant number of attempts. 143 three-pointers on the year. Only 4 more than Daniel McLean Corley has taken, but he's shooting 42% from three-point range. The only player above 40% that gets significant minutes. And, of course, the leading rebounder as well, 6.8 rebounds a game. And his defense, he's just an all-around really good player that they're going to be missing dearly tonight.
So we'll go ahead and take our first break here on the pregame show. Make it a 2-minute break. When we return, we'll continue to break down this matchup. This is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back to the Butcher Center. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Dylan, this is the Sunset Water Services countdown to tip-off, proudly installing water softeners in Martinsburg and Berkeley County since 1989. Well, let's get into some keys to the game, brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer Dupuis, our cameraman tonight, rides with them, so you should too. And Dylan, what are some keys to the game? Start with the Raiders and then move over to the Rams.
I think for Shippensburg, the key that I would hone in on is stopping Daniel McLean Corley tonight, especially with John Preston out of the lineup. Your three main guys that are going to put up points for Shepherd is down to two. So McLean Corley is a lot of times the go-to guy. If you can close in on him and make guys like Philip Jordan, Carson Poppenberger work for those points, you make things easier for your defense. And then on Shepherd's side of things, it's going to have to take ball movement. They're not going to be able to really have that heavy ISO game from McLean Corley if the defense is going to hone in on him. If those shots are not falling, you got to pass the ball around. You got to find creative ways to get the ball in the basket.
Then what about some players to look out for? Brought to you by Sutton & Janelle, Attorneys at Law, a full-service law firm helping individuals, families, and businesses with all of their legal needs. They're 224 West King Street in Martinsburg, or online at suttonandjanelle.com.
I think the player to watch for Shippensburg is going to be Carlos Carter, the forward, 6'5", the senior from Indiana, Pennsylvania, number 3. I think he's going to be a tough matchup down low for the likes of Aiden Hewley and Stephon Marcel. And on the Rams side of it, I got to see a big game from Philip Jordan tonight. He's going to have to step up with John Preston's absence. Preston does a lot of passing, defense, rebound, and dirty work. We're going to have to see that from PJ tonight. With passing and scoring, he's going to have to step up into a bigger role.
All right, well, we will take a minute break, and then when we return, we'll have tip-off, and we'll get you the starting lineups as well. This is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in a minute.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are. and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Hearts of vigilance. We commit to promote social justice and advocate for change for our teammates and our community. And overall, and ladies and gentlemen, in conjunction with the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference's league-wide celebration of Black History Month, the PSAC and its member institutions ask that you please stand for this rendition of Lift Every Voice and Sing, a hymn of faithfulness, freedom, and thanksgiving.
As we welcome you back here to the Butcher Center, Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. And what we just heard there was the Black History Month song that they're playing in each game in the PSAC to honor, obviously, Black History Month. So, starting for the Raiders, Rashawn Johnson will get the start here, the 6'5" redshirt senior from Philadelphia. Joining him will be Carlos Carter, 6'5" senior from Indiana, Pennsylvania, along with number 13, Andrew Rakia, Luke Nedro, and rounding out the lineup, number 22, Denzel Fagora. For the Shepherd University Rams, it will be your typical Rams lineup, but no John Preston. So Philip Jordan will start, the 5'11" junior from Rockville, Maryland. Joining him in the backcourt, the 6'5" junior from Clinton, Maryland, number 4, Daniel McLean Corley. Number 32, Aiden Hughley, the sophomore from York, Pennsylvania. Number 33, Carson Poffenberger. And then trying to see who will join them. It looks like it's going to be Ariel Godot, potentially.
Yep.
And then rounding out the lineup will be Godot. So, kind of your typical Rams lineup, and the Rams always kind of announce the veteran as the last guy, so they don't go in number order, which is always something kind of interesting for Shepherd. John Preston typically gets that last spot in the call-outs, but he's obviously not playing here tonight due to injury, we do believe. So Shepherd taking on Shippensburg. Big rivalry and a good crowd tonight, Dylan. This is the biggest crowd we've seen for a Shepherd home game in the games we've been at this year. Now, we haven't been here on Saturdays, but Wednesday evening basketball, we got a really good crowd. Probably has to do with the distance. Shippensburg can make the trip.
Yep.
But also, it looks like a lot of Shepherd fans came out for this one as well, so good to see.
Yeah, it's their last chance of the season, more than likely, to see this Rams team in action in the Butcher Center.
So Aiden Hewley and Johnson will tip, and Johnson wins the tip in favor of Shippensburg. Rekia has the basketball into the hands now of Carter. Rekia dribble handoff with Johnson. Johnson trying to go to work. And he has it taken away by Godot, but back now into the hands of Fagora. In the high post now, trying to go to work. Nice turnaround jumper, and that is a tough shot, but it goes for Nedrow.
That is tough. That is classic, like Dirk Nowitzki type of play right there.
And Hewley finds Godot. And Philip Jordan with it on the left wing. 2-0. Shippensburg leading Shepherd. Pass intended for Pocklenberger, tipped away and out of bounds. Knocked away by Fagora. So it will be Shepherd basketball out of bounds. Daniel McClain Corley to inbound for the Rams. Good to see him back. Has kind of had to pick it back up as of late and seems to be returning to his normal form. McClain Corley off the bounce. Shot is stuffed by the rim and no good, and Shippensburg runs back the other way. Johnson to Carter.
So they had a 5-on-4 there for a minute while McClain Corley tried to get back.
Carter's step back three is no good. Good rebound, though, by Carson Poffenberger, the Morgantown product. Philip Jordan now off the Hewley screen. They'll work it around the perimeter. Godot. Back to McClain Corley. Now Philip Jordan. Here's a three from Hewley, and that gets nothing but net for Aiden Hewley. It's the first 3 points of the night for Shepherd. They're on the board 3-2.
He can knock those down. Might not seem like it, but he's done it all year long.
Shippensburg with a good ball movement. Underneath is Fagora, and Fagora lays it up and in to make it 4-3 Ship.
Yeah, Healy was just late to recover off of that screen and get back.
There's Jordan now off the Hewley screen. Poffenberger, dribble handoff with Daniel McClain Corley. Things just getting started here in the Butchers Center. Going into work in the post is Carson Poffenberger. I thought he might have dragged the back foot, but no call. Good defense from Johnson. He grabs the rebound, and he will take it back the other way for the Raiders. Negro into the corner for a wide open shot from Rekiu, and that's off the mouth. Off the mark, I should say. And then a foul called on Johnson. It will be Shepherd basketball.
Typical slow pace for a Shepherd game so far. Letting the defense controlled tempo.
Jordan to Hewley. Back to Hewley. He opens up. Shot is no good. Tipped around and then eventually snagged by Carter. Rekiu now in transition. Back to Johnson. Nedrow, excuse me. Nedrow has it in the low post. Good defense by Poffenberger. A tough shot. We already seen him make one. This time, though, he draws the foul, and Nedrow will head to the free throw line.
And Poffenberger was dealing out well, but wasn't able to stay straight up as he went up with the shot.
So Nedrow to the free throw line. The shot is up and good. Extend the Shippensburg lead out to 5-3. Slow paced game early on here, Dylan. 16:47 to go in this first half.
Yeah, this is like how Shepherd likes to play. They don't really play at a fast rate. They let the defense churn it down, and they can bring a team down to their level.
Godot grabs the rebound. Now the ball in the hands of Daniel McLean Corley. We go to the low post for Aiden Hewley. We'll turn and face. Hewley with a nice move, but can't finish the shot. Good rebound. Carter in transition with the hesitation move, and a blocking foul going against Ariel Godot down low. That's a foul on the Rams.
Godot didn't quite set his feet to be able to get the charge there. We got Stephon Marcel checking in.
And Marcel will come in for Carson Poffenberger.
That's the thing we talk about when we talked about it when McLean Corley was out. This is usually only a 7-man rotation.
I think the thought process tonight, because we have another foul on the Rams, and it's going to go on Godot, and the guy I was going to bring up here checks in, and Jordan Gibson, because that's the second on Godot.
Right, that's two quick ones. So I was surprised Jordan Gibson didn't get the start with how he played in the absence of McLean Corley in the starting lineup.
Yeah, I was going to make a point about that, Dylan. I think his Carter step back three, that's off the back of the rim, no good. We'll get to that here in a second. But Phillip Jordan bringing it up the court now for the Rams. Down low to Hewley, tipped away into the hands of McLean Corley, and now a timeout. Is that the call? Did they give a technical?
It might be a warning.
Warning, okay.
To Coach Namblick, because he was starting to get out onto the floor.
That appears to be it, because I didn't see the sign for technical, but he did point at the coach Namblick, and I think it was probably because he might have been out of the box. But what I was going to say, why I think Gibson doesn't start here tonight, and why he was starting for McLean Corley, he's a more similar player to McLean Corley than he is to John Preston. And I think Ariel Godot brings you kind of a toughness, an undersized guard that rebounds pretty well for his size. McLean Corley's shot, though, is good from downtown, and the Rams are back in the lead now 6-5. So I think it's more of a style thing.
I think you're right there, Nick. As I said it, I kind of had that same thought, where Gibson was put in the lineup to mimic McLean Corley.
Pass down low and an offensive foul going against the Raiders. That goes against Recchia, so that is his first. And we got the under-16 media timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Men's Basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back at 30. Center Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Rams with an early 6-5 lead. 15:44 to go in this first half. Our first 10 minutes of the first half are presented to you on TV 10 by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields and Sons, a family-owned full-service funeral home in Martinsburg, Inwood, and Charlestown, Ranson. Proudly serving the area since 1880. Along with CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA moving lives forward.
We got an interesting note from Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. He tells us that apparently Kutztown and Bloomsburg played the men's game before the women's game, and Kutztown won 78-69. So we have a final score there, according to Colin.
Which means Shepherd needs to win tonight even more, because they don't want Saturday to determine their future. And Kutztown's playing well, coming off of a win over East Strasburg earlier. McLean Corley with the crossover dribble. In the hands now of Aiden Hewley. Hewley trying to go to work down low, and a reach in will lead to a foul on Ned Rowe. 15:27 to go in this first half.
Foul on Ned Rowe for Shippensburg. First person.
The Rams will inbound it from the baseline. McLean Corley. Over to Gibson. Now Hewley. Marcel has it. Dribble handoff with McLean Corley. With 10 seconds on the shot clock. Tries a step back three. That's an air ball. Might have got tipped. Johnson grabs the rebound, though, and he'll push for the Raiders. Unique thing about Johnson, one of the taller guys on this team, but he's their point guard, essentially, as McLean Corley takes it away. Phillip Jordan over to Gibson for three, and that is straight through for Jordan Gibson.
If Gibson can have a performance like he had a couple weeks ago when we were here against Mansfield in place of McLean Corley, that's exactly what the Rams need to step up and have a big upset tonight.
Raiders working it around the perimeter. Here's Carter. Now to Nedrow. Pass down low for Gora, and that shot is up and good. 9-7 our score. 14-20 to go in the first half. Shepherd on top. Jordan into the hands of Marcel. Dribble handoff with McLean Corley. Now back to Phillip Jordan. And they get his scoring going. He's been silent as of late. Aiden Hewley going in to the post. Nice head fake by Hewley, but his shot rejected by Fagora. Rekiu now in transition. Nedrow now over to Carter. Carter with the hesitation dribble. Rekiu into the paint. Back to Carter. Down low to Nedrow. And that shot is up and good. And we're now tied at 9 with 13.5 minutes to go in the first half. Pace has picked up a little bit here at the Butcher Center. Jordan to Stephon Marcel over to McLean Corley. Nice head fake. Up top to Gibson, top of the key. Jordan pulls a long two-pointer. Doesn't get the friendly bounce. Fagora grabs the rebound, and Shippensburg looks to push. Fagora guarded by Gibson. Down low to Carter. Carter fadeaway baseline. Jay is off the side of the rim, no good. Aiden Hewley with a good rebound. And McLean Corley now has the basketball. Jordan tries a long three from the wing. That's off the back of the rim, no good. Here's Johnson, other end three. That's off the mark. Aiden Hewley skies up for the rebound. Two teams trading misses. Jordan into the paint. He'll reset the offense.
I like that. Slow the pace down. It's starting to pick up a little bit.
Off the Hewley screen. Hewley a wide open jumper. That's good. 2 threes tonight for Aiden Hewley. And the Rams lead by 3 at 12-9 with just over 12 minutes to go in the first half. They're going to leave him wide open. He'll make you pay. He has definitely improved his shooting this year, Dylan.
Absolutely. He shoots pretty well for himself. 33% on the year.
Another miss for the Raiders and a rebound for Daniel McLean Corley. McLean Corley eyeing up the court, goes into the hesitation dribble. He lost it off his knee into the hands of Carter. And Carter, after momentarily losing it, gets it back and will dribble into the front court. Carter.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-PHONE.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night, Thursday is steak night, Fridays are dinner specials, Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center. We apologize for those technical difficulties. Hopefully everything is good from here on out with Shepherd leading Shippensburg 14-13 with 9:37 to go in the first half. Here's a Carlos Carter baseline jumper. It's no good, but he gets his own rebound and then eventually into the hands of Carson Poffenberger. Here's Aiden Hewley. He'll face up, go to the rim, lose it. Carter now up with the basketball. Good attempt by Shippensburg to get the fast court ball movement. McHugh, though, had it taken away on his attempted pass, and now McLean Corley has the basketball in his hands. He'll pull up. That shot's off the rim. What a rebound by Carter. Substitution. Ty Crespo into the game now. He dribbles out of bounds on the baseline. And the 5'9" redshirt sophomore from Manheim Township High School in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
And he's the only player off the Shippensburg bench to check in so far.
And they have gone with a six-man rotation. Shepherd has limited their rotation as well. But they do go a little bit deeper here with Robinson checking in. McLean Corley off the Hewley screen. Tough step back three of a man in his face, no good. But Gibson skies in for the rebound, and Jordan Gibson continuing to produce off the bench for the Rams. 7 points here tonight and Shepherd leads by 3 at 16-13.
He's stepping up huge. John Preston out of the lineup. Someone was going to have to step into the shooting and scoring role. And so far it's him.
Akiu over to Figueroa. Now back to Carter. Carter into the lane. Layup no good. And a whistle blown from the official on the far side. Shepherd wanting it to be their ball with a foul, but it appears. Yeah, we got a shot clock violation, I believe it was there, Dylan. So 16-13 our score. 7:45 to go. We got the under 8 media timeout, and we will take another 30-second break. This is Shepherd Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch.
The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
We welcome you back to the Butcher Center. Shepherd leading Shippensburg 16-13. Nick Verzolini alongside me. Dylan Bishop. Spencer Dupuis is our cameraman. As our final 10 minutes of the first half, brought to you by Orsini's Home Store, not just an appliance store any longer. They're located at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, or online at Orsinis.com. Along with Skinner Law Firm, injury and consumer rights lawyers. Call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. So ball underneath, out of the under 8 media timeout. It will be Shippensburg basketball for the Raiders. They'll inbound. And shot is no good on the attack from Denzel Figueroa. So Shepherd back with the basketball. Philip Jordan to Carson Poffenberger. Poffenberger, nice give and go from Gibson. Head fake, no good. And rebounded underneath by Carter. Crespo into the lane, and he is fouled on his way up. So the Raiders headed back. Let's see if they rule that a shooting foul or on the floor. And they will rule it a shooting foul. So Crespo to the line, and his free throw is up and good. Just one dribble on that free throw attempt, Dylan, and then he's able to knock it down.
Yep, Jordan Gibson's first foul. 7:16 left.
Second one from Crespo is good as well. We got a 1-point game with Shepherd still leading 16-15. What do you liked about the Rams so far, Dylan?
I like their defense. I think they're getting some good contributions from their role players so far. Not a whole lot from DC so far, but the fact that they're in it without that and have a lead is a good sign.
Crespo coming off of a screen. Good pass underneath and a good cut as well from Figueroa, and he lays it up and in with the right hand. 17-16.
I think Figueroa caught Aiden Hewley off guard there. It's a good move. Good cut.
Jordan dribbling at the top of the key. Guarded by Nedrow. Jordan pulls up from the elbow, and that's no good. Rebounded underneath by the Raiders as it is Ball. He checks into the game. Crespo again, and Crespo this time from way downtown knocks down the triple. Shippensburg extends the lead out to 4 at 2016.
You just got to give him props for that one. That's a tough shot.
Poffenberger with a screen. Jordan trying to go hard to the rim. Kicks it out to Gibson. Gibson head fake. He'll reset. Finds Aiden Hewley. 15 on the shot clock. Shepherd down by 4 under 6 minutes to play in the first half. Jordan with the floater in the lane, too strong. Ball is tipped around and into the hands of Carter. Carter finds Ball. Back to Carter. Long three on the way. Just off the side of the rim. No good. Crespo He'll reset. Shot clock resetting to 20 after the offensive rebound for the Raiders. Crespo, another three. That's just off the mark, no good. Rebounded by Carson Poffenberger. Phillip Jordan will try to slow things down and get Shepherd back into its offensive rhythm. Up top to Poffenberger. Now over to McLean Corley. Jordan down low to Aiden Hewley. Hewley trying to save it, and it goes right in the hands of Carlos Carter. Shippensburg had numbers for a moment, but will reset. Carter into the low post to Nedrow, trying to work against McLean Corley. They're going to call McLean Corley for the foul.
This is unnecessary. Trying not to get back down.
Hewley checks out. Gibson checks out. Godot and Marcel check in for the Rams. I'm still sitting at 16 points, trailed by 4 at 20-16 with just under 5 to play. Another Carlos Carter baseline jumper, and that is up and no good this time. He loves that near side corner baseline J, but it has been kind of up and down in terms of his success rate here tonight. Marcel trying to feed Poffenberger down low, but it gets kicked away, and we'll stay with the Rams.
We'll see how they continue the rotation for the Rams. I think it's going to be tough to find a lineup that you really like without Phillip Jordan or McLean Corley in the lineup, especially McLean Corley on the bench. It'll be tough to find scoring, so see if they really get any time on the bench at all in this game.
Yeah, you got to keep them out of foul trouble, I think. Obviously for Shepherd, the scoring has already been limited with those two in the lineup. McLean Corley, though, trying to get things going and finishes on that floater into the lane, make it 20-18. Here's Ball now dribbling it across half court. Here's Crespo now. Guarded by Marcel. Crespo into the lane. Good defense by Marcel, and an even better rebound by Godot. So under 4 minutes to play. 20-18. Shepherd trailing Shippensburg, but has possession. McLean Corley over to Jordan. Jordan trying to three. Try to get him going. He's short on that shot. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson. Nobody stopped him, and he goes right into the lane and gets fouled. He'll go to the line. No good on the shot from the floor, but, I mean, nobody stopped ball there, Dylan. We got the under 4 media timeout. We'll take another 30-second break. This is Shepherd University Rams men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
2018, our score in favor of the Shippensburg Raiders. The under 4 media timeout. Nick Verzolini alongside me. Dylan Bishop here. 3:40 to go in this first half, and Dylan, Shepherd has stayed in it despite some push from Shippensburg to extend the lead at one point at the 2016, and it looked like maybe the Raiders were getting into their rhythm, but since that moment, Shepherd has kept them on at only 20 points, and that's been really key here over these last few possessions. Not necessarily a ton of success on either side, but Shepherd's defense has kept them in it when it looked like maybe Shippensburg was starting to get in a groove.
I think it's a big reason why so many of Shepherd's games this year have been so close, is they grind the game down. They limit the number of possessions each team has, so it makes it tough to really get a big lead on them unless you're really shooting the ball well or playing really good defense, or both. When the Rams' defense is clicking, like it does in a lot of games, this is kind of the result. Or even if the offense for Shepherd isn't resulting in a lot of points, it's a close game.
Johnson's free throw is no good off the front of the rim. continue your point here, Dylan, Shepherd only allows 66 points a game. Pretty solid defense. Second one is good from Johnson, 21-18. The lead for the Raiders over the Rams. McLean Corley with the basketball on the right wing. DMC into the rim. Jordan trying to get it to go, and it somehow falls on that one. First 3 points for Phillip Jordan here tonight. He ties this game at 21 with 3:10 to go in the first half. Johnson working it around the perimeter. Here's Ball. Ball gets double teamed. Didn't see Johnson, though, open. Now Carter trying to go to work. Step back three. That answers Phillip Jordan with a three of his own to regain the lead for Shippensburg at 24-21. Jordan trapped in the corner. Goes through two defenders, and Phillip Jordan gets the layup to go. Back-to-back baskets for him. He's now up to 5 points. It's a 1 point lead for Ship at 24-23. Raiders back with the offense now. Crespo over to Johnson. Johnson drives in. No foul called initially on Poffenberger, but a late whistle. And that will be the 8th foul on Shepherd. We'll have 1 and 1 here for Johnson. Kind of a late call there. I do agree, I think, with the call, but I thought for a second they were maybe going to let that contact go and call it travel. But I think there was a little bit of contact from the body of Poffenberger. The 1 and 1 free throw is good from Johnson. 2 point lead now for the Raiders at 25-23. 2:19 to go in the first half. Second one good as well. So the lead's back up to 3 for Shippensburg here at the Butcher Center. Shepherd crossing half court with Phillip Jordan. Jordan off the Marcel screen. Jordan trying to set up the offense. A lot of dribbling, though, here on this possession. 13 seconds. Jordan to the hole in the defense again. Shot is wild and no good. Rebounded eventually by Ball. Carter now with the basketball for Shepherd. And Carter goes down low. Tough shot, but it's good from Crespo.
They're making some tough shots down low. And the Rams just need to find a way to create some offense. They have not been able to get a whole lot.
Crespo's made a lot of those tough shots, but overall this has been a good performance for Ship. Here's a pull-up mid-range J from Daniel McLean Corley, and you needed that one. Lead back down to 3 at 28-25.
And you'd like to not have to rely on ISO shots like that are going to be tough and hard to consistently make, but he can make a lot of them.
Shot no good. There's a great rebound by Stephon Marcel over Johnson. McLean Corley back the other way in transition. He goes isolation here again. Over to Marcel. Marcel to Phillip Jordan. Under a minute to play. 15 on the shot clock. Jordan into the lane. Jordan shot no good. Rebounded by Poffenberger. That is blocked by Carter. Poffenberger again blocked by Carter. Again gets his own rebound, and then finally fouled by Nedrow, and he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. You love the effort on both sides, I think, Dylan.
Yeah. Props to Poffenberger to keep on being able to get that ball back and keep the shot alive. And finally, Nedrow just jumped too early, trying to get a block. Came down on top of Poffenberger.
So Carson to the line to shoot a pair, with Shepherd down 3 at 28-25, and the Morgantown native knocks down the free throw. Next year he'll be joined by a teammate in Brody Davis, another Morgantown High School product committed to Shepherd.
And Poffenberger's been a good free throw shooter so far this year. Not a whole lot of attempts. It's only his 40th of the season, but he's shooting 82%.
He's just a good shooter, as we've seen since his freshman season a year ago, and he knocks down the second free throw there. Make it 28-27. Shippensburg on top of Shepherd with 39 seconds. So the Rams should get another possession here as long as they don't allow an offensive rebound. Crespo with the basketball into the lane, pulls up, Shot is good. Ty Crespo off the bench, providing a real good spark for this Shippensburg offense, and the Raiders lead by 3. 18 seconds to go in the first half. Shot clock is turned off. Philip Jordan dribbling the basketball with the left hand. Jordan, hesitation move. Goes through 3 defenders and lays it up and in. 1-point game. The shot at the buzzer is off the mark. And we head to halftime with Shippensburg holding on to a 1-point lead over Shepherd at 30-29. Take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll have the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We're back in 2 minutes.
The American College of Emergency Physicians recently announced that WVU Medicine Berkeley Medical Center's Emergency Department has once again achieved the Bronze Standard Level 3 Geriatric Emergency Department accreditation. This program recognizes emergency departments that provide excellent care for older adults and have geriatric appropriate equipment and supplies available. Berkeley Medical Center's Emergency Department is one of 2 geriatric accredited emergency departments in West Virginia. WVU Medicine, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
We welcome you back here to the Butcher Center. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, as Shepherd trails Shippensburg 30-29 here at the half. Our halftime show is presented to you on TV 10 by the Mansion Freddie Law Firm in Martinsburg. It's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com. As we take a look here at the halftime stats. Shippensburg, again, with the 30-29 lead. Crespo is leading the way, Dylan. He came off the bench. He's got 9 points off the bench on 3 of 5 shooting. Not a ton of minutes, but he's made an impact when he's been out there in just his minutes off the bench. I don't have his official minutes for you, unfortunately. But very solid for him so far. Following Crespo is Nedro with 7. So if your name ends in O for Shippensburg, you're doing a nice job so far in the scoring column. Figueroa is following them with 6 points, 5 points for Carter, 3 for Johnson. So it hasn't necessarily been the stars for Shippensburg, but they've been able to find scoring in many different ways.
Yeah, Crespo off the bench. He's just been a quick change of pace kind of guy. He's been able to give them some three-point shooting, got himself to the line. It's just been tough for Shepherd to contain him. And then Nedro, of course, 3 of 3 for himself. So it's been good shot making from them, but they've been able to contain those other guys like Carlos Carter, only 2 of 9. And then on the Shepherd side of things, it's pretty spread out scoring. Philip Jordan's only 3 of 11 from the floor, though. I need a big game out of PJ in the second half.
Yeah, I would agree. If Shepherd wants to win here tonight, they're going to need big scoring from Phillip Jordan. You look at the other shooting numbers, McLean Corley with 7 on 3 of 7 shooting. Aiden Hewley with 6 on 2 of 6 shooting. Poffenberger's 0 for on the floor, 0 for 3. He has given you 5 rebounds, though, and 2 points. 7 for Jordan Gibson off the bench, 3 or 4 shooting, 1 for 1 from downtown. And overall, I mean, Shepherd's shooting better from 3 than from the floor. 5 of their 11 field goals are from downtown. They're 5 of 9 for 3, but 11 of 31 from the floor. And despite just shooting 35%, they're only down by 1 here at the half, with Shippensburg shooting 42%, but they're shooting poorly from 3. They're shooting just 28% from 3. They got to the line more than Shepherd as well, 6 of 8 from the line. The Rams only 2 free throws, where there's 2 for Poffenberger. So a few things that Shepherd could do better in the second half, and they could definitely get a win here tonight.
Yeah, I like for the most part how the defense is playing, outside of, letting Crespo off the bench get 9 points in 10 minutes. But if they can get some offense going, this is going to be close the whole way, and I think they can pull it off.
Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. We'll take another 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll send it back to Colin McLaughlin in his studio. We'll have your halftime scoreboard update. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome into the And One Halftime Scoreboard Show, brought to you by Mountaineer Pub, located at 214 Mid-Atlantic Parkway in Martinsburg. I'm Colin McLaughlin for TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. At the half, it is Shippensburg 30, Shepherd 29. So we're locked up in a tough fight in which Shepherd needs to win if they want to be able to clinch a spot in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference postseason. If they do fall, they have 1 game left to do so. However, it's against Kutztown, who would be 1 game back, and if they won, would pass Shepherd. First, before we get into some PSAC scores, have a score from high school basketball here locally, as I know some people have been asking for that game. In the score at the half, Hedgesville leads Jefferson 38-30. Let's now look at the PSAC. As I said, Kutztown already got a win tonight, 78-69 over Bloomsburg, which just means that if Shepherd does not want to make Saturday's game at Kutztown, A winner gets the 6th seed in the PSAC playoff. They have to win tonight against Shippensburg. At the half, trailing is Gannon against Edinburgh, 40-35. Also at the half, it is Westchester leading Millersville, 37-30. Also at the half in men's basketball, Slippery Rock leads Clarion 27-22. East Stroudsburg leads Lock Haven 37-21 at halftime. 41-34, Mercyhurst leads Seton Hill at halftime. Also at halftime, it's California leading Pitt Johnstown 44-37. Women's scores from earlier today, as you saw, or may not have, it was Shippensburg getting the win over the Shepherd women's basketball team 76-54. Other final scores, Seton Hill beats Mercyhurst 72-71. Clarion beats Slippery Rock 75-71. Westchester beats Millersville 62-45. Gannon beats Edinburgh 72-64. Lock Haven beats East Stroudsburg 49-44. California beat Pitt Johnstown 79-70. And going on right now at the half, it's Kutztown leading Bloomsburg 26-22 in women's basketball. Now lastly, over to Division I men's basketball top 25 action. 2 games currently in action that tipped off at 6:30 and 7 p.m. respectively. UConn dominating Providence. Number 18, UConn 84. Number 20, Providence 65. With under 2 minutes to go in the second half, looks like UConn will get that win. 7:55 to go in the second half. Number 6, Virginia. Upset alert. Boston College leads by 12 at 49-37. At 9 p.m. tonight on ESPN-U, number 1, Houston takes on Tulane. And on ESPN-2 at 9 p.m., number 2, Alabama takes on South Carolina. This has been the And One Halftime Scoreboard Show brought to you by Mountaineer Pub. We'll take another 2-minute break and then send it back to the Butcher Center for half number 2. Shippensburg 30, Shepherd 29 is your score.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
Mountaineer Grill and Pub offers many daily specials, including Trivia Night Monday, Karaoke Tuesday, Steak Night Wednesday and Sunday, Thursday night Boneless Wing Night, and on Friday and Saturday nights, there'll be a DJ and or karaoke. And remember, Monday through Friday, happy hour, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., $2 domestic bottles and $2.50 domestic drafts.
Let's go! Drink some beers! Mountaineer Grill and Pub!
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine in Charlestown and Spring Mills now offers same-day appointments. No referral is needed unless required by your insurance carrier. WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine offers the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't. For same-day appointments at WVU Medicine Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, call 304-725-BONE.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Welcome back to the Butcher Center here at Shepherd University. About a minute and a half until the start of the second half. Shippensburg currently leading the Shepherd Rams 30-29 at the half. And Nick Brizzolini and Dylan Bishop here with you on the call. Spencer Dupuis, our cameraman, and Colin McLaughlin back in the studio.
Yeah, Dylan, 30-29 lead, as you mentioned. So What are some things that you think stood out on both sides, and how do we find a winner in this one? What would Shepherd need to do? What would Shippensburg need to do to get the win?
I think overall Shepherd. I said Shepherdsburg.
Shepherdsburg, combine the two, maybe one day.
Yeah, let's see. I think just overall Shepherd needs to get more going on the offensive end of the floor. 29 points in a half. You carry that out for a second half. You do that again, 58 points. Sure, you can win some games with 58 points. They haven't quite done that so far this year. They won a game with 57 points against Millersville, 57-50, but this is a high-powered Shippensburg offense and team overall. They have a couple wins on the season in the 50s, 54-52 against Clarion, 51-45 against Gannon. But it's hard to win basketball games at this level when your offense doesn't get you 60 points. And I think the Shippensburg team is too good for that. So the offense just needs to get more going. Defense, hey, I think you take that. You'll take another half. If you can hold Shippensburg to 60 points exactly, another 30-point half, you take it.
Yeah, you should be able to win that game if you hold them to only 60, but we'll just have to wait and see. Philip Jordan over to McLean Corley as Shepherd has the basketball to begin this second half. McLean Corley driving in, pulls up, and that shot sitting out no good. Aiden Hewley grabbing the rebound, though, for the Rams. And then Hewley throws it into the backcourt. It was tipped, and Carter grabs it and throws it down. That's what an effort. That's a situation where an effort play ends up hurting you. And definitely not ideal there, Dylan. I mean, you like the Hewley effort, but then it ends up resulting in a bad turnover.
Yeah, and you can't let Carlos Carter get going that easy. He was only 2-9 in the first half. As you're stopping play for a wet mark, you could probably kind of see as McLean Corley was bringing the ball up the court and coming up the court, he came over that wet spot and pointed it out to the refs.
That was a big issue in that Lockhaven game.
Right. This seemed like they had to break out the towel and the mop or whatever about 7 different times, at least in the second half alone. It hasn't been a problem since for the games that we've seen. But,
yeah, I didn't know, like, something with the court, but no.
I don't know.
It just was that. It's just a sweaty game.
Lockhaven must just have some sweaty players. Must be it.
We know it's not Shepherd because they play here all the time. So, Aiden Hewley over to Philip Jordan. Daniel McLean Corley with the pass underneath to Hewley on the pick and roll, and it's just off the mark and out of bounds. So Shepherd begins the second half with 2 turnovers. Hewley goes to the bench. Marcel checks in.
Let's see if Marcel can bring you some energy, the rebounding that you're missing without John Preston in the lineup.
Here we go. Shippensburg with the basketball up by 3. Carter trying to go to work. Carter pulls up from the free throw line. That's good. Straight through the bottom of the net. And that dunk could be what gets Carlos Carter going, Dylan.
It could be. That's going to be a tough task to handle him like you did in the first half for another 20 minutes.
But Shepherd needs Carson Poffenberger to get going, and he does at that layup potentially there with the shot over Nedrow. Keeps the lead at just 3 for the Raiders. Carter back the other way, coming off the screens. Has a good matchup with Poffenberger guarding him. Carter, step back 3 on the way, just off the side of the rim, no good, and rebounded by Ariel Godot.
Poffenberger held his own. You heard the whole Shippensburg bench clapping.
There's a good take to the rim. On the other end by Daniel McLean Corley. 1-point lead now for the Raiders. Yeah, they like that matchup, but
Poffenberger held his own.
Yeah, he didn't allow him to go to the rim. Tough shot from the corner there. Nedrow's layup is up, no good. Marcel grabs the rebound.
Notice Rashawn Johnson kind of wincing and squeezing and pulling at his thumb. Probably jammed it looks like.
It's not fun. As a foul called away from the ball on the Raiders.
And Nedrow.
And Shepherd would love to take the lead here. 34-33 would be since early in the first half for the last Shepherd lead. Poffenberger back to McLean Corley. They held that 16 It's a 14 lead, and then Shippensburg answered with a little 6-0 run. Since then, I believe the Raiders have led the whole way, as there's a great block by Stephon Marcel on a Nedro layup underneath. Jordan the other way. He is rejected by Figueroa.
He's trying to get to the rim and get these easy points for himself, but he's just being met with a lot of resistance at the rim. So far, his mid-range and three-pointers haven't been able to fall. PJ's got to find something that's working against the Shippensburg defense.
It's tough, even though Jordan can play bigger than 5'11". At the end of the day, he is 5'11", so sometimes going inside can be difficult to find a lot of scoring options. There's a pass to the corner from McLean Corley, a foul before the shot on the drive from the baseline for Jordan. But again, I mean, if you can master the floater, which Jordan has in his arsenal, as Nedro picks up his third, that's pretty big, as that's a post player picking up his third foul for the first time here tonight. We'll see Ty Holsopple come in. Marcel with the dribble handoff to Daniel McLean Corley. McLean Corley to the rack. His layup is no good. Godot grabs the rebound, though, for Shepherd. Fresh shot clock at 20 seconds for the Rams, who will reset. Poffenberger with the screen. McLean Corley trying to go to work. I think they like this matchup on the Shepherd end, and it results in 3 points for DMC, and Shepherd takes the lead back here with 16:33 to go in the ball game at 36-34.
That's what happens when you switch screens. Sometimes you have to do it, but that's the type of matchup you got to live with. DC letting it rain.
Johnson is trapped. McLean Corley with the good defense. Pass down low, tipped by Marcel, back into the hands of Holsopple, and that shot from the wing is way off the mark from Johnson. Shepherd has the momentum and the basketball. Phillip Jordan trying to cross over dribble. Pulls it back out and will reset. 18 on the shot clock. Jordan coming off the screen from Marcel. Poffenberger thought about the pick and pop. And now they'll reset the offense. Under 16 media timeout. Shepherd has it with 12 on the shot clock. 15:49 to go in the ball game, and a 2-point lead for the Rams, trying to punch their ticket to the PSAC tournament. We'll take our first break of the second half. This is Shepherd University Men's Basketball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bagent, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music, and Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout, or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
36-34. Shepherd leading Shippensburg. 15:49 to go in the ball game. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Will be the Rams basketball out of this media timeout. Shepherd trying to punch their ticket to the PSAC tournament with a win, and they're in. A loss, and then it's Kutztown on Saturday to determine which of those two teams is going, as Kutztown already got the win over Bloomsburg. They played the men's game first at Kutztown, so the Golden Bears got the win over one-win Bloomsburg, who had only beaten Kutztown, and that means that Shepherd needs to win here tonight even more than they would if there was a loss. Obviously, if there was a loss, then this one wouldn't matter nearly as much. And on the Shippensburg side, they're trying to keep their lead in the PSAC East.
Right, yeah. Shepherd at 10 wins, Kutztown now up to 9 wins, and playing Shepherd on Saturday. So it could end in a tie situation there if Shepherd were to lose here. And lose to Kutztown, of course.
Here's Jordan. Jordan pulls up from the elbow. That shot is no good. And I believe since Shepherd hasn't clinched, I think maybe Kutztown has the tiebreaker, but we'd have to dive deep into the rules. But I'm guessing if they didn't, then Shepherd would have clinched.
Right. It might be something that comes down to record as the last part of the season continues.
There's an offensive foul against Carter. Yeah, we'd have to look into that, Dylan, but we probably will try to do that here at some point tonight and get you the official tiebreaker if it does come down to that. But Philip Jordan for the Rams trying to help Shepherd lock up this victory here at home, so then we don't have to look into all that stuff. There's a pass from McLean Corley. It's tipped away by the Raiders. And with a 4-game lead, at one point Shepherd had, and already beating Kutztown, you didn't think you had to worry about it, but things have not played out in Shepherd's favor. But they are right now with a 2-point lead here. Here's McLean Corley, pulls up from the elbow line extended. That's no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will be Shippensburg basketball as they roll it off the Rams. Sorry about that, Dylan. Your cord was stuck to my shoe.
Got the Velcro on there.
Yeah. Another offensive foul on the Raiders, this one on a screen. In this second half, Shepherd doing a good job of not fouling so far, which was an issue in the first half because we mentioned it. Shippensburg shot 8 free throws in that first half. Shepherd only took 2. So it wasn't necessarily a significant difference, but it was a difference that was noticeable.
And where we're at now, Shippensburg has 14 fouls, and Shepherd has none in the second half.
Clayton Corley going to work again with another step-back 3. Might have been a little bit of a heat check, and is off the side of the backboard, no good.
Rushed it.
Rams kind of going a little cold here as of late. The Raiders sticking around as they are expected to as the favorites heading into this game. Crespo trying to go to work. And here's Recchio. Back in the hands of Carter. Carter to Recchio. And a whistle and a foul on Stephon Marcel down low. So the two sides getting physical with a lot of off-ball fouls.
Yeah, the refs aren't letting them get away with that kind of stuff off the ball.
It is only the first foul on Stephon Marcel and only the first foul on Shepherd here in the second half with 14 minutes to go in the half. Here's a shot from Carter. That's good off the inbound play, and we're back tied at 36. Gibson getting ready to check in for Shepherd. Rams with the basketball. Here's Philip Jordan. Jordan slicing the defense, finding Poffenberger for 3. It's just off the back of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson into the lane. Johnson's shot is good over Carson Poffenberger. Sheppens. I just pulled a U, Dylan. I haven't said Shippensburg. Shippensburg back in the lead at 38-36.
Words are hard sometimes. Names too.
McLean Corley thought about the step back. Over to Philip Jordan. Now Poffenberger in the post. He has the height advantage.
Mouse in the house. Nope.
Back to Jordan for 3. Jordan's no good, but he follows his shot, gets his own rebound. He's blocked. Rebounded by Stephon Marcel. Shepherd seeming to settle for a little bit too many threes, but also they've shot better from 3 than from the 2-point shots here tonight. Or at least in the first half they did. There is a double dribble from Daniel McLean Corley. Tried to get away with it with the quick pass to the corner.
Thought for half a second he might.
Gibson checking back in. Hewley checking back in. The Rams could use an offensive spark from Aiden Hewley or one of these post guys. Typically, you're getting 7, 8, 9 points from a guy like Poffenberger and Hewley.
Well, you got
Jordan, not giving it so far.
Jordan Gibson just checked back into the game. He had 7 points in the first half.
Right, but he's essentially playing the John Preston role in the scoring column. The bigs are guys you need to be productive as well. As that shot's off the mark, rebounded by Jordan. Jordan also could use him to get going, but Shepherd somehow is still in this ball game. Aiden Hewley going to work. Hewley Trying to finish, but no good. Rekiu in transition. Over back to Johnson. Johnson into the paint. Good defense by Jordan. A foul called against the Rams as Carter was fighting for the rebound. It will not be a shooting foul. It's underneath. The Shippensburg crowd that has made the hour-long drive is into this one. That is the second on Phillip Jordan. Carter with that baseline jumper again, and it rattles home for Carlos Carter. Lead up now to 4 at 40-36. Does Coach Namlick think about a timeout here with under 12 to play, or does he wait for that potential media timeout? Marcel to McLean Corley off the dribble handoff. DMC going ISO. McLean Corley's floater in the lane falls.
Good stuff.
Back to a 2-point game at 40-38. Shippensburg leading Shepherd here in Shepherdstown. Say that 3 times fast. Carter into the post, working against Gibson. Carter, tough scoop shot, and Carlos Carter taking over. Lead back out to 4. Jordan now going to work. Jordan into the lane. McLean Corley wide open for 3. It's just off the back rim, no good. Gibson tipped it, and it's rebounded by Phillip Jordan, who opens up, and then an even better shot here for Jordan Gibson, but it's in and out, no good. Both guys on the same team fighting for the rebound. Hewley rips it away. McLean Corley head fake, and he traveled.
That's tough.
And we hit the under 12 media timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. We welcome you back to the Butcher Center. Our first 10 minutes of the second half are presented to you on TV 10 by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com, along with Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. 42-38. Shippensburg leading Shepherd. 10:42 to go in the ball game. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Spencer Dupuis, our cameraman, back in the studio, Colin McLaughlin, and Dylan. Shepherd with a crucial turnover. That will lead to Shippensburg basketball. You need to stop, obviously, on this end, but the offense has gone a little cold. It's really been cold all night. How do you get into some sort of rhythm if you're Shepherd? Because that seems to be what's missing, because the defense has been pretty good, even though Carlos Carter's starting to heat up for the Raiders.
Well, like, that was one of my keys coming into this, was you can't just rely on the ISO game with DMC, and that's kind of what they've had to do for a lot of this. You're going to have to get creative, some back screens. I mean, on that last possession, pretty much for the entire possession, you had 5'10", Andrew Recchia on Aiden Hewley, and they didn't get the ball into the post to him. I know you would have gotten a double team, I'm sure, but at least got to try it out.
There's a good drive to the rim. That Figueroa, and he gets it up to in.
You gotta find those mismatches where you get them.
44-38. And there's a kick ball that will stay with Shepherd.
So they tried at that time throw the entry pass into Hewley after getting the switch, but that's not quite of a disadvantage when you got 6'2" Satchel Ball on Hewley now instead.
That's a good name, Satchel Ball.
Yeah, sounds like a pitcher from the 1960s.
Satchel Paige.
Right.
But Ball instead.
Right.
Him and Lonzo Ball combined into one guy. Apologize for that quick little technical difficulty there, but we should be good now visually for you. As Aiden Hewley has the basketball, he'll turn and face. Hewley going into the lane. They're going to call an offensive foul.
And that's the right call.
And he did lower that shoulder. Now they'll have to clean some sweat off the floor. 44-38. Seems like Shippensburg has started to take the momentum, Dylan. And
yeah, with as few points as Shepherd's been able to score tonight, it can very quickly turn into bad news for the Rams and get this up to like a 10 or 12 point lead for Shippensburg, and I start to feel pretty uncomfortable about a comeback unless a streaky shooting stretch comes for Shepherd.
Yeah, something we need to drastically change from the Shepherd offense for you to feel comfortable with how this game's going as of right now. We're under 10 minutes to go now, and Shippensburg starting to take control at 44-38. Carlos Carter a long three, and McLean Corley snags the rebound. DMC. Shepherd needs a basket here badly. Step back three from McLean Corley. It's off the front of the rim. No good, off the hands of Hewley and out of bounds. There's another isolation play, and it just doesn't fall for the Rams.
Yeah, as good as DC is, he's not going to hit all of those shots. He's going to miss a lot of them, in fact. Even after
probably about 60%.
Right, exactly. 60 to 50%. That's the norm. So you want to try to get some more higher percentage shots.
That one just off the mark, in and out from Cespo. He gets it back. He goes into the lane, splits two defenders, and a great rebound by McLean Corley. Shepherd has numbers. Can they take advantage? McLean Corley over to Godot. Godot is stopped. Good transition defense from the Raiders. And Cespo had to run back down the court with the Rams pushing. McLean Corley now head fakes, drives into the lane. Gets stopped and travel again.
Yep.
Just maybe trying to do a little bit too much, but also we've seen nothing really from Phillip Jordan consistency-wise. The big guys, as I mentioned earlier, not giving you much from them. Aiden Hewley hasn't had much. Carson Poffenberger hasn't had much. So what else can you really do if you're McLean Corley and you're looking around at the production from your teammates and it's just not there?
You got to find different ways to get him the ball, if nothing else. Try to bring him off the ball, use PJ, bring like a pin down screen.
That shot rejected by Aiden Hewley. Cespo going into the lane. Hewley said, not in the Butcher Center. Stephon Marcel, he's a guy that could get going, that could help Shepherd. But right now, the ISO ball continues to be what they go to. Hewley double teamed. Marcel wide open three, and that is tipped and a foul called on Figueroa. That will send Marcel to the line to shoot three. We got the no under timeout, just a real timeout here by Coach Justin Namlick, whose team probably needs one with 8:19 to go in the ball game. Shepherd's still in it, though, at 44-38. We'll take a 30-second break. This is Shepherd Rams men's basketball on TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube.
You can play, work, and explore without joint pain. Whether it's a strain, sprain, or fracture, WVU Medicine, Orthopedics, and Sports Medicine can help you live without joint pain. Our expert team of surgeons offer the exceptional care you expect for the injuries you don't, specializing in joint replacement, sports and traumatic injuries, hip and knee disorders, foot and ankle surgery, hand and wrist surgery, and shoulder reconstruction. Call 304-725-BONE today to learn how you can live without joint pain.
We welcome you back to Shepherdstown, West Virginia, here at the Butcher Center. Nick Verzolini and Dylan Bishop, happy to have you with us for PSAC basketball action. The Shepherd University Rams coming in trying to punch their ticket to the PSAC tournament, but standing in their way is the number one team right now in the PSAC East, the Shippensburg Raiders, their biggest rivals in the PSAC, who hold a 44-38 lead with 8:19 to go. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, and Dylan. Shepherd's gone cold. but they're still in it. There's still a chance for them to make a comeback here due to their defense. It's been really a low-scoring ball game, and these 3 free throws coming up here from Stephon Marcel are crucial.
Yeah, they've just done a really good job of containing this Shippensburg defense. Offense, excuse me, with their defense. But the offense of the Rams just has not been able to get going. I mean, Phillip Jordan was 3 of 11 to come into halftime, and it feels like the second half has gone even colder for him. And McLean Corley's only been able to do so much before he gets contained.
Excuse me, go ahead, Dan.
So they haven't really had that second half production from anyone like a Hewley or a Poffenberger or Jordan Gibson to go with it.
Marcel is only 52% on the line this season. Now he's only taken 23 free throws heading into the game, but he's perfect on the first 2, and you wouldn't know it that he was only 52% when you saw those first 2. They looked pretty good, so this one looks good as well, and those were 3 important free throws for Stephon Marcel. 44-41 our score, 8:15 to go in this ball game. Shepherd has it back to a 1-possession game. Johnson trying to drive into the lane. Marcel picks up the foul. Poffenberger back in for Hewley. Neither guy has gotten rhythm, and it seems like Coach Namlick's almost throwing darts out there, just hoping between those big men that one of them can get something going offensively for the Rams.
10 total points on 12 total shots between Hewley and Poffenberger. They need one of those 2 guys over these last 8 minutes to come up with some timely buckets.
And there's good defense from Poffenberger. Nedrow couldn't chase it down. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Shepherd basketball. So a 3-point game for the Rams. And they held the possession with under 8 minutes to play at 7:57. And now we'll get the under 8 media timeout. So good chance for both these teams that don't use a whole lot of bench depth to get some rest here after we just had a timeout. 44-41, we're back in 30.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We are back here at the Butcher Center with Shippensburg holding on to a 44-41 lead. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, Spencer Dupuis on camera, Colin McLaughlin back in the studio. Excuse me, as Bill, I mean, Shepherd has a chance here. They got a good crowd on hand. The band is here tonight. Everything is in balance for this to be the night in the final home game of the regular season, and most likely for the rest of the season for Shepherd to punch its ticket to the PSAC tournament. Tonight would be a great night to do it with this crowd and the band and everything that we have in the Rams' favor, I should say.
Right, haven't seen much of the pep band over the last couple of years through COVID, indoors.
All right, it's good to see, though. It gives you that college atmosphere that you're looking for when you sign up to play college basketball. Phillip Jordan off the screen from Poffenberger. Marcel to McLean Corley, now over to Jordan on the wing. 15 on the shot clock. Jordan into the lane. Fadeaway Jay, short. A tough night for Phillip Jordan. It's a rebound by Nedrow.
He's 3 of 15 now. Has not made a shot in the second half.
Ball at the basketball. Over to Johnson. Johnson's shot is no good. Nedrow grabs the offensive rebound. There's a 3 from Ball off the back rim. Rebounded by McLean Corley. Poffenberger at the screen. Oh, he's wide open. McLean Corley missed him, though. Jordan nearly gets his man to fall down. Now finds Poffenberger underneath. Both defenders had went as Poffenberger draws a foul, but both defenders had went with Daniel McLean Corley. It would have been a dunk for Carson Poffenberger if he could have fouled him.
And that's the 7th foul for Shippensburg.
Yeah, that's big. 1-1 here. Shepherd was the first team to get the 7 in the first half. Only 4 fouls on the Rams here in the second half.
So you see Nedrow goes to the bench. They bring in Cresswell. They go smaller, but they get quicker. Obviously a really good first half.
Need these free throws here from Carson Poffenberger in the Rams. On a 1-and-1, Poffenberger shot good. 44-42. Shippensburg on top of Shepherd with under 7 minutes to play in the ball game. Second one from Poffenberger is straight through, and we're back to a 1-point game. Shippensburg, if you're looking from their perspective, they have not gone cold, allowing Shepherd to get back into this one.
I was just looking at our live updated stats here. So far in the second half, Shippensburg's only gotten 4 points from their players outside of Carlos Carter. Carter has given them 10 points to get himself up from 5 at halftime to 15.
Carter, make it 13.
There you go.
He continues to roll, especially when the Raiders need a big shot. 4-point lead once again for Shippensburg at 47-43. Marcel nearly handed off to McLean Corley. Now is trapped and finds Phillip Jordan. Jordan with 13 on the shot clock. PJ trying to set things up. Over to Godot. Godot with a confident 3, and he answers. 47-46.
That's Ariel Godot's second made 3 of the season.
He shot it like he made 40 of them this season.
And he was 1 of 1, now he's 2 of 2.
Maybe he should shoot more. Rekiu to the rim, and he is fouled in and out on the layup. And that will send him to the line.
We'll say, for his size, Rekia has done a good job down low on the other end with defense. I mentioned earlier how they weren't passing it inside to Hewley when he had him in the post. Poffenberger on that last possession had Rekia down low, but it was good defense to deny the entry pass by Rekia.
Rekiu's second free throw is up and good. And third one, or the free throws are both good there. 49-46, under 6 to play. Jordan off the Poffenberger screen, over to DMC. Back over to Phillip Jordan. Jordan, head fake, fade away. They need it, and it's good for Phillip Jordan. 49-48.
That's huge for him. First made basket of the second half.
And it was a tough one. Crespo. He's been dangerous off the bench. Rekiu over to Johnson. Now Carter, head fake, fade away. Jay from the three-point line, off the mark.
Godot came off of Carter to double team the ball. I don't like that, especially one pass away. He's lucky they didn't get another made shot from Carter.
Jordan and the Rams with the basketball down by 1 at 49-48. 4:43 to play in this one. Phillip Jordan attacks. His shot blocked. Rebounded by Shippensburg, and a foul called. I thought that was a clean play by Shepherd, especially with the official calling that from the backside.
Yeah. I don't know how he has the angle on that play to call that.
It's only the 6th foul, luckily for Shepherd, but it's big because the Rams could have got a steal and an easy layup, depending on how they executed there. But nonetheless, that was the call, and it was somewhat close by. I agree, Dylan, as Dolman's going to get some minutes here. I think the thought process here is that they can get Jordan a break. That's also his 4th foul, so that might be more so the thought process than what I was thinking with the media timeout coming. But I don't expect Jordan to be on the bench too long, especially with Dolman's lack of experience. Here's a layup underneath by Figueroa, and it's good. 3-point lead for Shippensburg. Godot. Dolman. McLean Corley off the Marcel screen. Here's the thing with Jordan on the bench, the only real threat from the perimeter is McLean Corley. Fade away from DMC, and he gets the friendly Butcher center roll to go, 51-50. Can Shepherd, though, take the lead? That's been the key over the last couple of minutes. Shippensburg has continued to hold on and continue to extend that lead in these type of possessions when it's been a one-point game. Carter, he's been the hero for the Raiders down the stretch. He turns it over. McLean Corley taking it away. McLean Corley off the Poffenberger screen. Great screen. McLean Corley for three. It's good! Daniel McLean Corley gives Shepherd the 53-51 lead with 3:24 to go in the ball game. Ice cold. We'll take a 30-second break with the under 4 media timeout. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
The Butcher Center, and Shepherd now holds a 53-51 lead out of the 4-minute timeout. Or the under 4 media timeout, I should say. Daniel McLean Corley, when the Rams need him, comes through again. Our final 10 minutes here of the second half are presented to you on TV 10. By Parson Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons, along with WVU Medicine, Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Shippensburg with the basketball, down by 2 at 53-51 after the McLean Corley 3 gave the Rams the lead back. Some defense chants from the Rams faithful. Oh, what a move by Nedrow. Could have been a very costly and one foul, but luckily for the Rams, it's just going to be 2 free throws instead of a made shot from Nedrow. It looked like he had gotten to the point where you definitely don't want to foul, but the ball rolled just off the rim, and Nedrow to the line to shoot 2. First one is up and off the back rim. That is now the 7th on Shepherd, so both teams will shoot 1 and 1 from here on out. Second one from Nedrow. That one misses, but Shippensburg gets a lucky tip and a rebound. Carter, the star for the Raiders, and he threw a jump ball. I thought for a second he traveled, but couldn't really see from our angle if Shepherd had gotten a hand on the basketball, and it appears they did. So jump ball to call. That goes to the Raiders. The next one, though, will now go to Shepherd with 3:03 to go in the ball game. A 2-point lead. And they do flip that possession arrow. Sometimes an issue here at the Butcher Center.
So it's a good time to get the flip there.
Carter over to Nedrow for 3. No good. Carter grabs the rebound. No good. Shepherd finally gets it. Stephon Marcel, the freshman, rams it for the Rams. They find Daniel McLean Corley off the Poffenberger screen. Back up top. Poffenberger head fake to Daniel McLean Corley. Just off the mark. No good. But he gets his own rebound after it's tipped around and powers his way up and in. Rams by 4. 2:23 to go. Carter, three-pointer, way off. Poor pass underneath, and it's Shepherd basketball. And it looks like rolling his ankle on the baseline was Figueroa, so you hope he's all right, but he immediately grabbed toward that ankle. It will be Shepherd basketball with 55-51, the score in favor of the Rams.
You'll see he's retying his shoe right now.
Right, so it could just be that maybe his foot took a weird, I think that's what it was.
Just
maybe
a twisted ankle.
And then maybe it came out of his shoe a little bit, so they'll retie it. I think he's going to go to the bench. No, they're going to keep him in the game. So
Recchia is going to the bench as they bring in a more defensive lineup than full court press. So
Shepherd
here's where it gets interesting. Kind of said all year, Shepherd plays great for 38 minutes, and there's 2:06 left in the game. They're up by 4, and here comes the press.
And we've seen the Rams struggle to press as well. Go back to that Lockhaven game, which should have probably been a win for the Rams, but this time they break the press. Marcel brings it into the front court. McLean Corley off the Poffenberger screen. McLean Corley with a man in his face, just off the back of the rim, no good. But another rebound by the Rams. Ariel Godot chasing it down. Guys like Godot and Marcel have done well here down the stretch. McLean Corley has been the star offensively, and he lays it up and in. Daniel McLean Corley has put the Rams on his back, trying to punch their ticket to the PSAC tournament. Timeout, Shippensburg. 1:32 to go in the ball game. Take a 30. Do we have a timeout yet or no? Okay, yeah, now we do. 30-second break. We're back after these messages. 57-51 our score.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsinis.com.
We welcome you back here to the Butcher Center. 57-51 our score. 1:32 to go in the ball game. Daniel McLean Corley is on a 7-0 run by himself. Carter pulls up for 3. No good. Rebounded by McLean Corley. Off the Poffenberger screen, McLean Corley running into a defender and losing the ball out of bounds. 1:04 to go, 57-51 the score. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Happy to have you with us for Shepherd men's basketball action. Here's Recchia with the basketball. Carlos Carter with the basketball. Carter shot is good. It's a big one. 57-53. We'll take a break. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsinis.com.
We welcome you back to the Butcher Center. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop, our cameraman, Spencer Dupuis. Back in the studio is Carl McLaughlin. All right, Dylan, 4-point lead for the Rams. How do they kind of close this one out?
It's don't make stupid mistakes. Get the ball in bounds on when you need to. Play good, solid, disciplined defense. Make your free throws when you get fouled. It's pretty simple. It sounds simple, at least. Right? It sounds simple enough. You gotta.
But this is Shepherd.
Right. It's easier said than done.
And that's not necessarily like us insulting Shepherd.
It's high-pressure situations.
They've been in these situations at times and struggled, and they're still a young team.
Right, it's young players, it's high-pressure situations, block can happen, but you just break it down that easy. It's just a couple steps. There you go, get the ball in bounds.
Step 1 was successful. McLean Corley gets fouled. He'll need to make these free throws. If you can do that, you're good. 57 4-point lead. As long as you make your free throws, you'll be fine most likely here, as long as you don't turn it over, of course, on the inbounds. But Daniel McLean Corley to the charity stripe. Shepherd leading by 4 at 57 to 53. 44 seconds to go in the ball game. McLean Corley has been huge down the stretch for Shepherd. His free throw, though, is no good. Yes. Rebounded by the Raiders.
All right, it sounds simple, but easier said than done.
Johnson to the rim. Godot, great play. Ariel Godot not only got the strip, but he was able to strip it and have it knock off of Johnson to give the Rams the ball back after McLean Corley couldn't knock down the free throw. They get it into Phillip Jordan. You want it in Poffenberger's hands ideally, but McLean Corley. We'll have a timeout from Coach Namalik. We will keep it here with our score sitting at 57-53. Now the clock never starts. We didn't have a timeout.
Yeah.
They're adjusting the clock. It might have still been a timeout.
You need at least a few
Namalik's
seconds.
Drawing things up, so he's going to take it as
It might just be a free timeout for him since they didn't run the clock.
You might as well, right? But it looks like it was also called a timeout, and now they'll run the clock. 31 seconds. 57-53. Can Shepherd hold on? A win, the Rams are in the PSAC tournament. A loss, they'll have to wait for their result of how they do on Saturday against Kutztown, who's battling for Shepherd with the final spot. The Rams have not locked it up, as we mentioned earlier. It would come down to some sort of tiebreaker, which we believe then Kutztown has the advantage. If not, then Shepherd would lock it up, unless it's something that can't be determined until after Saturday's game, like total points or something. I don't know exactly. We'd have to look into it. But also what we said earlier, if Shepherd wins, then we don't have to worry about all that. 30 seconds, 57-53 our score. Carson Poffenberger to inbound.
Now, this is a different spot that they've had than they've had to inbound the ball in these situations with this full court press. It's a little different from the sideline.
That's a good point. So far kind of struggling, but they get it into Phillip Jordan. He is fouled. He'll shoot the 1-and-1 on the free throws with 28.7 left.
I understand the frustration there from Rashawn Johnson, but he did foul him even though he wasn't trying to. Phillip Jordan, 82% on the year. Has the most free throw attempts on the team as well coming into this game.
Jordan's first free throw is good. Gives you a little bit of breathing room and a 5-point lead.
Yeah, you can officially call it a 2-possession game because you don't have to worry about any weird 4-point plays.
They're rare, but they do happen.
Yeah, exactly. Shippensburg next foul will be 2 shots. It's their 10th one of the half.
Jordan makes them both. 2-possession lead at 6 points, 59-53. Shippensburg's got to go quickly. Respo into the front court. We have a whistle and a foul and a 1-and-1. Not the worst situation for Shepherd at all with a 6-point lead in under 22 seconds, even though it looked like, too, that Shippensburg was going for the quick 2 in that situation. With a 6-point game, I think that still makes some sense, but next possession you definitely have to go for the 3. Crespo's free throw is good, presuming, of course, that Shepherd makes the free throws. 59-54 our score. 21.9 seconds left. Second one is good as well. Substitution coming on is getting also the offense for defense substituting. Figueroa checking back in for Crespo, who's done well off the bench. Poffenberger gets it into McLean Corley. McLean Corley ahead to Poffenberger, back to Jordan. Great execution. Jordan, though, gets triple teamed and draws the foul. 59-55, just 13 seconds. Not only was it a good press break, Dylan, but you burned a lot of time with that situation. And now probably free throws or not, you won a 3, I think, at this point for Shippensburg, but especially if you make at least one of these. And it is 2 shots with the 10th foul. That one, though, off the mark, no good for Phillip Jordan. So many close losses this year for Shepherd. They had one to this very Shippensburg team. A 68-66 loss on the road. Trying to hold on and get a close win here at home to close out the regular season for the home stretch. And it's a 5-point game at 60-55. Raiders will let it roll. Crespo will pick it up around half court. Comes off a screen, pulls up for 3 off the back of the rim. Ball is tipped into the hands of Carter. His shot no good. 5 seconds. Shippensburg won't foul, and the Rams have punched their ticket to the PSAC tournament. They secure the 6th seed in the PSAC East and avoid having to worry about Saturday with the Golden Bears of Kutztown. A 60-55 win over the number 1 team in the PSAC East, the Shippensburg Raiders, Dylan. What a win for Shepherd, and a game where we knew it would be tough, but we also knew Shepherd had played them tough earlier, and the Rams find a way to get the win.
Right. It looked rough there for a while. We said at halftime you would take holding Shippensburg to another 30-point half, and they only held them 25. And he said that's a game that you should win. And even though the Shepherd offense looked rough at a lot of points in this game, they got just enough. They got that hot streak from playing poorly at the end, and they didn't blow the lead at the end. They executed the press breaks, made enough free throws, played good enough defense.
Good win for the Rams. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of the break, we'll have the post-game show. Shepherd 60, Shippensburg 55. We're back in 2 minutes.
Hello, this is Mark Sutton of the Sutton & Janelle Law Firm. The right attorney can make all the difference in your case. That's why you should call Sutton & Janelle. We have been serving clients in West Virginia and Maryland since 1999 in the areas of family law, DUI, criminal defense, and personal injury. Sutton & Janelle works hard to obtain a favorable outcome for you at a reasonable rate with affordable payment options. Sutton & Janelle values your rights and is passionate about your success. Contact us today at suttonandjanelle.com.
Laura. Hey, Laura. What's with the sunglasses? Ouch! The word is spreading. Bechtel Jewelers is home to some dangerously brilliant diamonds.
See the difference at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood. Sunglasses not included.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value Brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Back here to the Butcher Center as Shepherd gets the win 60-55 over Shippensburg. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Dylan Bishop here as we enter the post-game show, brought to you by the Palace Lounge. The Palace Lounge located on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Dylan, just your thoughts on this one?
They really pulled it out at the end. I think we got about halfway or even further into that second half.
You guys got me?
Yeah, we got Spencer.
All right, down here with Coach Namlik, a big win for your team tonight. Obviously, it was a tight game for a while there, but you guys able to pull it out. You know, we've seen throughout the season it's been tough pulling out those close games.
Yeah, we didn't have much flow offensively. You know, we just couldn't get it. We couldn't get it going. You know, I mean, Aiden struggled shooting. You know, DC struggled shooting early. You know, PJ had some struggles. But you know, just that fourth quarter, you know, DC hit some big ones. I thought our defense was good enough. You know what I mean? We contested shots, we rebounded, and then we executed versus the press. You know, I mean, a couple of our losses this year, Lockhaven here at Ship. You know, we've just turned it over versus the press, and it cost us. Tonight we didn't do that. It was big. We didn't make the free throws like I would have liked, but to not turn the ball over helped for sure.
And this one all but clinches the PSAC tournament berth for you guys this year. What does that mean for your team this year?
And it's just, you know, it's been really hard for me personally because I love coaching this group. I mean, I just love this group, and that starts with John. I mean, I love John, what he's done this year. I just love coming to work with them, but, man, we've had some really tough defeats. And it's tough to look, you know, at some of the games that we lost. You know, I mean, Westchester, both buzzer beaters. Lockhaven, no disrespect to him, we gave that game to him here. You know, just like where we would be right now if we had those wins. It's crazy how close it is. You know, I mean, we'd be sitting near the top, you know, and that's how close we are. So, I mean, I've always said with this group, we could just get to the playoffs. I think we can make a run. You know, and so tonight was good to get another win against one of the top 4 teams. We can, I just told the team, like, we've got to get a win on Saturday to keep some momentum going into Monday.
And you mentioned that. How big is that game on Saturday for you guys to get that momentum going?
We're going to be on the road, you know what I mean? So it's good. Like, we've got to go on the road. It's going to be their senior day. You know, it's one of those years where we had to do 2 senior days. That's never fun. You know, East Stroudsburg senior day was last Saturday and Kutztown senior day. But, you know, they're going to have pride. You know what I mean? They're going to have pride. They're going to win. But, like, for us, we've got to get that win, you know, have that momentum going into Monday.
All right, Coach, congrats on the win. Go enjoy it. Good luck on Saturday.
Thank you.
Back up to you guys.
Thank you, Spencer, as Shepherd, again, gets the win 60-55. Dylan, any thoughts on Coach Namlik's comments there?
I think he was right. We've talked about that all throughout this year. It's just these close games that if they just went one way or another, one bounce of the ball, one way or the other, they could be at 14, 15 wins in the PSAC, which would put them up there tied with East Stroudsburg and Millersville and Westchester, and right there with Shippensburg as well. So he's right, and this win is proof positive that they can beat any team in the PSAC East, and they have a good shot against a lot of the PSAC West as well. So just getting into the tournament is the important part.
Yeah, there's a chance for Shepherd for sure, and also having a young team like we've said before. Everybody returns besides John Preston, so getting this playoff experience could allow the Rams to be a team here down the stretch that you know, makes a run, and even if they don't make a run in the future, they could be a really good basketball team. But let's go ahead and wrap things up here. We'll start with the Shepherd numbers. Daniel McLean Corley finishes with 23 points, 6 turnovers tonight, but he got those 9 rebounds as well, just 1 assist. Philip Jordan had an off night scoring, did still finish though with 12 points, so really an off night shooting, I guess. 6 assists for him. That was big. Hewley was 6, Poffenberger was 6, 3 from Godot. What a 3 from Ariel Godot. Only, you said it was his second make of the year, Dylan, when he made that one, and big shot there down the stretch. Marcel with 3, 7 from Gibson. On the Shippensburg side, Rashawn Johnson totals just 5 points. Carlos Carter had a much better second half, but overall you held him to 9 of 24 shooting, 2 of 9 for 3, just 20 points. 2 from Rekia, I should say, sorry. Nedro with 7, 10 from Figueroa, and 11 from Crespo, totaling up to just 55 points. Second half, Dylan, too, just 33% from the floor for Shippensburg, 37% for the game. For the Rams in the second half, it's an improvement. They go up 5% in the second half, shoot 40%. For the game, just 37%. but you made 8 of 18 threes, which helped you get to the win. You go 8 for 10 from the line in the second half. You limit your fouls as well. 4 of 6 in the second half. In the second half for 3, this is a big one. 3 of 18 for the game for Shippensburg. That's 16%. And 1 of 11 in the second half. So some big stats, I think, if you look at that kind of help tell the story of this one. Our game stats are brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, West Virginia's largest Pandora retailer on Route 11 South Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. We'll break down more of this one tomorrow on the Sports Mix, but let's get some awards here, and we'll start the moment of the game, brought to you by Chris Ross and the Milestone Real Estate Group. Buying or selling a home, call 304-579-7349 or go to callchrisross.com. Pretty easy choice for you, I think.
The moment of the game for me is from Daniel McLean Corley. 3:28 left in the game. Shepherd's down 51-50. Hits a huge three-pointer. Give the Rams a 2-point lead, and they never gave the lead back. They closed it out down the stretch, and it was that first 3 points of that 7-0 run by McLean Corley to bring them from down 1 to up 6, and they never looked back.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be the moment right there. Now our rejection of the game, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
Well, I got to go with Aiden Hewley with 8:38 left in the second half. He got a block on Ty Crespo, who had a big first half and was a big part of the Shippensburg offense for a lot of this game, the first half especially. Got himself a block there. He didn't have a whole lot of offensive production tonight, did Aiden Hewley. Just 6 points on 7 shots, hit 10, and it was 6 of the first 12 points on the 2 3-pointers that he hit very early in the game. But he was part of the great team defensive effort that Shepherd put in tonight, including that block.
Yeah, that was a big moment in that game as well. And then finally, Dylan, our player of the game, brought to you by Kelly Allstate Insurance. For all of your insurance needs, call Gary Kelly at 304-263-4596 or stop by 724 Lakeview Drive in Martinsburg. Player of the game. Another easy choice for you, Dylan.
That's Daniel McLean Corley. It just has to be. 23 points. Took him 22 shots to get there, but it was a big second half. 3 of 8 from 3. Got himself 9 rebounds as well. And he played the entire game, 40 minutes. And he kind of had to, because he had to carry the load with John Preston out with injury and Phillip Jordan having a cold night shooting. And he did what he had to do to get the W.
All right, well, that does it here from us at the Butcher Center. Again, we'll talk more about this one tomorrow on the Sports Mix from 12 to 1 or re-aired from 5 to 6. And you can catch it anywhere you get your podcast as well if you want to listen to it that way. But, again, your final score, Shepherd getting the win 60-55 over Shippensburg. Tomorrow, our game that we have for you on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10, the Section 1 Girls Championship game between Martinsburg and Spring Mills. Looking forward to that one. But for Colin McLaughlin back in the studio, who you'll hear from in just a little bit, Spencer Dupuis and Dylan Bishop, I'm Nick Verzolini saying so long from the Butcher Center. We're back in 2 minutes with Colin McLaughlin with your post-game scoreboard show. This is Shepherd University men's basketball on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Have a good night, everyone.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hagerstown Ford, it is that convenient. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hagerstown Ford will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time at a car dealership playing the dumb back and forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, No dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hagerstown Ford absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HagerstownFord.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want and get your new ride delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details. If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
Welcome into the And One post-game scoreboard show, brought to you by the Farmer and Mechanics Insurance Company. When it comes to your home, auto, farm, or business, they're trusted, reliable, and experienced. Call them at 304-263-0809 or go to fmiwv.com. Final score, Shepherd 60, Shippensburg 55, which means the Shepherd Rams men's basketball team does not have to worry about Saturday's game at Kutztown being a playoff implication game, because they have just clinched their spot as the 6th seed in the PSAC East Division next week. So good job by Shepherd getting the win tonight, improving to 14-13 overall, 11-10 in the conference. Shippensburg falls to 17-10, 15-6 in the PSAC. Let's now look at some scores, starting off with high school basketball locally. The Hedgesville Eagles have done it again. They're the second time, to beat Jefferson this year. Final score, Hedgesville 64, Jefferson 55. Let's now look at the PSAC as we have some final scores. 78-83, Edinburgh gets the win over Gannon. Also, in overtime, Millersville leads Westchester 83-82. Final score, Slippery Rock 54, Clarion 50. East Strasburg leads Lock Haven 77-64. Mercyhurst dominates Seton Hill 84-62. California beat Pitt Johnstown 91-84. On the women's side, you already saw Shippensburg beat Shepherd 76-54. Seton Hill beat Mercyhurst 72-71. Clarion beat Slippery Rock 75-71. Westchester beat Millersville 62-45. Gannon beat Edinburgh 72-64. Lock Haven beat East Stroudsburg 49-44. Cal U beat Pitt Johnstown 79-70. And just going final, Kutztown beat Bloomsburg in women's basketball 53-47. So that's the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, NCAA Division I men's basketball. Two final scores: number 18 UConn beats number 20 Providence in dominating fashion, 87-69. Boston College storms the court. They upset number 6 Virginia at home, 63-48. Two games in action in top 25 action. Number 1 Houston 23, Tulane 14 in the first half, and South Carolina currently up on top of number 2 Alabama 20-15. Again, final score, Shepherd 60, Shippensburg 55, which means the Rams have clinched a spot in the PSAC tournament. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off for TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. This has been Shepherd University Basketball. This concludes today's coverage of NCAA Division II basketball featuring the Shepherd University Rams in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Our coverage was brought to us thanks to Bechtel Jewelers, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, the Mirius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, CMA Honda of Winchester, the Mountaineer Pub, the Neon Moon Tavern, Orsini's Home Store, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Smallwood and Small Insurance, the Sutton and Janelle Law Firm, and WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Center. This has been a WRNR and TV10 broadcast. All rights reserved.